Hello everyone, I am Pooja Avasthi Shukla, your history teacher from KV Lamahong, Imphal number 3. I welcome you all in class 9. Today we will learn about the history portion of your one of the subject, that is social science. The subject social science is divided in 4 parts, that are history, geography, political science and economics. So here we are going to learn about the first chapter of history portion, that is the French Revolution. If you will look over the name of the chapter, you will understand that the chapter is about the word history. This chapter tells us about the revolution that happened in the France during the 18th century. Let me tell you the meaning of revolution. Revolution means a forcible overthrow of a government or a social order in a favor of new system. Means, in other words, we can say that the people or the subject of that particular country protested against the existing king and they formed a new form of government. One more thing that you should know, that what is the motive of having a chapter like French Revolution. I'll just tell you that the French Revolution was something that inspired other countries also to get their independence, to get their constitution, to get many rights which we are enjoying even today. Rights like right to vote, right to freedom, right to speech, right to education, etc. Okay, just come to the first topic of your chapter. So, your chapter starts with the topic, that is the falling of Bastille. What was Bastille? It was a fort over which the people of the Paris attacked and broke down that fort. It happened on the 14th July 1789 in the city of Paris. On the morning of 14 July 1789, the city of Paris was in a state of alarms. Nearly 70 lakhs people gathered in front of the town hall and they broke down the government buildings. And about 100 people marched towards the eastern part of the city and attacked to the fortress prison that was Bastille. So, the fortress Bastille was fallen down. You people will be thinking why Bastille was destroyed. So, come, we will know about it. Bastille was hated by the people because it stood for the despotic power of the king. Despotic power means the powers of a king on which there are no restrictions. Means the king can do whatever he wants and his sayings are the law. What he wants, he can do. There are no restriction over the king by any of the person like ministers or officials or any other social order. So here the agitated people destroyed the fortress of Bastille, and the days that followed saw more of such rioting in Paris as well as over France. As you all understood about the falling of Bastille, let us come to the reason of the decline or the falling of Bastille. As you know that nothing in the world happen without any reason. All things that are going on have something behind them. So the French Revolution, which starts with the agitating mob, was also have many reasons. We will continue with the first reason. For the first reason, we have to know about the dynasty of the France, which was ruling at that particular time. So, in 1774, Louis XVI of Bourbon family becomes the king of France. Okay, so who was the king of France in 18th century? Yes, it was Louis XVI. And to which dynasty it belonged? It was Bourbon dynasty or Bourbon family. He was then only of 20 years and was married to Austrian Princess Marie Antoinette. So, what was the name of her wife? It was Austrian Princess Marie Antoinette. Okay. When he got throne, he found that treasury empty and the expense of maintaining the court as well as the palace of Versailles was too much. Palace of Versailles means that palace where the king and his wife and other officials were living. So, if I elaborate it, when the king got throne, so with the throne, there is always enough money in the treasury of kings. But Louis XVI didn't get enough money. When he found throne, the treasury was empty and the expenses to maintain his courts and expenses to run the palace was very high and the king was not able to execute as he should do. One more reason behind the empty treasury was that the king also had 13 American colonies to gain their independence from a common enemy, Britain. Means at that time the French ruler Louis XVI interrupted and supported the American colonies to gain their independence from Britain. It was something like satisfying his ego against Britain. The king wants to show that he is no less than the king of Britain. That is why he supported American colonies, and in helping those countries, much of the money was invested. So, due to support in war, the king was in debt, and that was more than 2 billion livres. Let me clear you what is livre. As you know, what is the current currency of India? It is rupee or rupiah. So at that time, the French currency was livre. Can anyone of you tell me what is the current currency of France? Okay, just search this question. Okay, come to our topic. So, we knew about two reasons why the treasury of the king was empty. One of the reason was that the expenses of the king in running his palace and court, and the second one was his support to the American colonies against Britain. Therefore, to meet its regular expenses of running the court, maintaining the army, and running government offices and universities, the king had to increase the taxes that made people annoyed because they were already suffering in numerous other ways. We can say that the king's, I should say that from where the kings get their earning. They get their earning by the taxes they take from the common people. So in this situation, the French king Louis XVI tried to increase the taxes on the people. But the people of the France were not in the condition to pay the increased tax. So they revolted, they protested against the increase of taxes, and this situation became one of the reasons of French Revolution. There are many reasons are also which was responsible for French Revolution. We will discuss all those reasons in our next video. So, thank you all. Stay safe and stay at home. Thank you once again. If you have any query regarding the video, regarding the chapter which I have just teach you, please ask me. Thank you.